how to pose in depth. Today we have the front double bicep. Let's get started. So the front double bicep is in fact one of your mandatory poses in pretty much any class besides men's physique. So that being said, it is very important that we learn this pose. So let's talk about how to perform it, common things that we are looking for, mistakes, variations, and then we'll give our closing thoughts on it. So let's show how to do it. The first thing we want is our feet are nice and even. Always contract your lower body. Just because it's a front double bicep does not mean we're not using our lower body. So our quads are nice and contracted. Before we talk about what goes on up top, your hips, I actually want them slightly tilted backwards. So from the side, a slight tilt backwards. This is gonna make that waist appear smaller. So we've got our quads contracted, slightly backwards. Up top, double bicep. Now, what I want you to think is taking your elbows and sending them forward and wrists back. We don't have to exaggerate this. But what this is gonna do is help those lats pop if you're having issues engaging your lats. So thighs engaged, hips back, and there we are. So there's your front double bicep. Now, let's talk about some things that we're looking for in this pose. What you should be looking for when you do your front double bicep is a few things. Your quads staying contracted the whole time. We also want to be sure that our bicep is nice and level with our shoulder. We don't want it too high and we don't want it below the level. Aside from that, you have to engage those lats. So the lats coming through are really what make this pose. So if you're enjoying this content or you find it helpful at all, I want to give a quick shout out to my sponsors, Retro Muscle, for all of the clothing that they provide me, my favorite clothing company. I also want to shout out EcoVision, the supplement company that I use and swear by. And then of course, my daily backpack from Wolfpack. So if any of those sound like something you're interested in and you go to their website, use my code REDUNIT, it will not only save you money, but directly support me. Anyways, back to the video. So some very common mistakes that you'll see in the front double bicep is definitely a tendency when we can't get those lats fully involved to instead lean backwards and thinking that that's gonna make those lats pop. What you have to understand is the judges are in front and below you. So any leaning back and they're immediately cut off from your physique. So no leaning back. Again, the second one, if we can't get those lats engaged and we crank those elbows and fists too far back, we start to lose that depth on that bicep. And then the third most common thing I see, a lack of stomach control. I'm not saying you have to hold a vacuum the whole time, but you better get used to bracing and pulling in your stomach. Regardless of whatever pose that you're doing, you're gonna be holding that for a while. If you're somebody who competes in classic physique, you are allowed a little bit more freedom with your foot and your upper body positioning on the front double bicep. So I'll give you an example of what a classic front double bicep may look like. So instead of standing nice and even, we may instead opt to take one foot, turn it out slightly, put the other leg in front, and kind of cock those hips. So you get to kind of play around with your waist a little bit, but it is still very important that even though my waist is turned sideways, I still want to present the widest upper body I can. So even when I'm here and my hips are back, I'm still going to rotate that upper portion to the judges. So again, same rules apply. We don't want higher, we don't want lower. Let's find that right bicep angle with the shoulders so we stay nice and wide. So you can have many different variations, but that is one that in classic physique, they will allow. My closing thoughts on the front double bicep is that it is arguably one of the most well-known poses in all of bodybuilding. That being said, it is also the one where the tiny mistakes can sneak in if you do not give it its due respect and practice it consistently. So just because it looks simple on the surface, please give this pose its due respect. Practice, practice, practice. So if you enjoy this type of content, you can also check out my Instagram, RedUnit90. If there's a pose you'd like to see, let me know. Other than that, thank you so much for watching my content and I hope you continue to enjoy.